Do you lately have the feeling that something bad is on its way? You're not alone. I'm not talking about the post-COVID economical fallout, which caused cost of living in the US going through the roof. Today, I'm talking about our savings, our financial system, and the US dollar. What's happening on the global political stage is a change that we have not seen in the last 250 years. So, what's exactly happening and why we shouldn't find out about it in the mainstream media? That I would like to explain to you in this video. Hi, my name is Sabine Spansel. I'm co-founder of Better Life 50 Plus. Our mission is to help people on their journey to a better, healthier, and wealthier life in their golden years and a great lifestyle in retirement. The disturbing predictions I need to tell you may shock you because your wealth and your lifestyle is in great danger, now and in retirement. In case you don't want to believe what I'm telling you now, or you think, well, she's exaggerating, I urge you to do your own research. Find out for yourself that all the information I'm sharing in this video corresponds to the truth and actual situation. There are several warning signs that a financial tsunami and even an economical storm is looming on the horizon and is already on its way to us. Some of our financial experts are already predicting inevitable fundamental changes in our financial system, but the mainstream media still don't want to tell us the whole truth about how these changes will affect our lives, prosperity, and freedom. I'm talking about the threat on the dollar. I'm talking about that our US dollar will soon be replaced and will no longer be the world's premier reserve currency. Let me explain that briefly. The US dollar has been the official currency for international trade for many years. It became the official reserve currency of the world in 1944, backed by America's mighty gold reserves. This is known as the Bretton Woods Agreement. After President Nixon seized the US dollar gold standard in 1971, which allowed direct convertibility of US dollars to gold, the US government completed a series of agreements with Saudi Arabia and used the Saudis' dominant influence in OPEC, which is the organization of the petroleum exporting countries, to create the US petrodollar system. The goal was to ensure that all oil transactions would be conducted only in US dollars, guarantee the price of oil within limits acceptable to the US, and in result preserve the US dollar as the world's premier reserve currency. However, the petrodollar system has been weakening more and more due to Middle East geopolitics and the emergence of the BRICS countries. That is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. With the US involvement in the Ukraine proxy war against Russia, China and Russia started to strengthen relationships with other countries to bring an end to the US petrodollar system. Meanwhile, bitter Middle East rivals, Iran and Saudi Arabia, agreed to restore ties. Saudi Arabia now joined BRICS. Iran and Algeria have applied to join, and Turkey and Egypt are expected to become additional members soon. Today, BRICS already make up 40% of the world population with a combined gross domestic product of almost 25 trillion US dollars. Meanwhile, many of the trade deals among these countries are handled in one of their currencies, not in the US dollar. So, what does this mean for your dollar? Almost every country in the world that was previously forced to hold billions of US dollars to buy petroleum and or other commodities on the international markets will now seek to get rid of US dollar holdings from their cash reserves to replace the dollar with other reserve currencies. As a result, this will not only bring an end to US geopolitical and economic hegemony, but could flood trillions of dollars back to the United States, and that would most likely cause a hyperinflation on that US currency. And that means Your dollars could become worthless. But this is just one part of the story. Today, the US government is facing a skyrocketing level of national debt. As of March 2023, we were talking about 31.45 trillion US dollars. This level of indebtedness is unsustainable. When the Fed started printing money during the corona pandemic as if there was no tomorrow, our monetary system was brought to the verge of an end. And after years of zero interest rate policy, it was clear that this was doomed to fail and resulted in the inflation we are seeing now. To counteract the inflation, the Fed was forced to raise interest rates. You probably have recognized that 4 US banks went bust within a couple of weeks only. But also US consumers are racking up credit card debt. In April alone, credit card debt went up near 20% while rates have doubled in a year. Inflation is so high that consumers are literally taking debt for basic life necessities. People are losing their jobs, banks are faltering, 1 million fewer jobs are being advertised in the US than forecast. There are increasing signs that we are on the verge of a very big bang that may throw our society as we know it into chaos. So what awaits us now? What is happening right now before our eyes is a major shift in geopolitics and world power. What we're going to face soon is an inevitable currency reform, away from the current fiat monetary system to a new digital monetary system, most likely in the form of central bank digital currencies or CBDCs. As we speak, the US Federal Reserve has already started to roll out their new central bank digital US dollar called FedNow. In the first phase, starting July, it's designed to act as a so-called wholesale CBDC for financial institutions holding reserve deposits in the Fed and will probably help to rescue banks not to go bust. FedNow could eventually facilitate the integration of a retail CBDC for the general public to replace your paper currency. But that's not the end of the story. On April 10, 2023, at the International Monetary Fund 2023 spring meetings, the Digital Currency Monetary Authority, or DCMA, an organization that was founded to secretly develop an international digital currency, announced the official launch of an UMU, which stands for the Universal Monetary Unit. It is symbolized as ANSI character U, is legally a money commodity and can transact in any legal tender settlement currency. The UMU has been designed to work with all existing national currencies, which means nothing else than a World Bank digital currency will control and dominate all national digital central bank currencies. This world digital currency would then control and monitor all other central bank digital currencies. By now, warning bells should start ringing in your head. So what does all of that mean for you and your family? A central bank digital currency will not only control your money, but it will control your life. It will have a significant impact on your wealth, prosperity, privacy, and freedom, because this new digital currency will also allow for total control of all US citizens. You need to know CBDC most likely comes with extensive financial control and surveillance, including earmarking, regional restrictions, revocation, penalties, taxes and interest payments, and even expiration dates. CBDC will be digital tokens programmed at the source. They could be turned on or off at will with just a keystroke, and they could be reprogrammed at any time. But the good news is there is still time to protect your assets and your freedom and to set the foundation for a great lifestyle for you and your family, now and for retirement. But You need to act now, and you must do the right thing. Some smart and forward-thinking people have already started buying gold in order to secure their assets. Well, it's definitely a good idea to diversify your assets and invest in a certain part of your portfolio into precious metals like gold. But you have to be careful. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Our government may abuse its power. It has already done so in the past. Did you know? On April 5, 1933, President Roosevelt issued a decree to give US citizens only 1 month to give up their gold, including coins, bullions, and certificates. Everything was confiscated and had to be returned to the Federal Reserve. Can you imagine? I mean, would you have complied to that order? Well, people who did not agree to give up their gold faced up to $10,000 per year in fines, and that was a lot of money back then, or 10 years in prison. So, what's your plan to protect your assets, your lifestyle, and your financial freedom? What is the best thing to do in this pretty complex and difficult scenario? In order to help you to understand the multiple threats and challenges, especially mature Americans are facing right now, we, from Better Life 50 Plus, have put together a free, on-demand workshop to reveal everything you need to know to understand and counteract the probably biggest financial challenges of your lifetime. This might be one of the most important information you need to protect you and your family in 2023 and beyond. We're going to show you ways to legally protect and even grow your wealth during these challenging times, and at the same time prepare yourself for a great lifestyle in retirement. We are also going to prove why it's more important than ever to have a second residency abroad and an alternative place to live and or to retire. In brief, internationalization and diversification should be your ultimate insurance policy. You should be internationalized before the US dollar loses its status as the premier reserve currency. You should be internationalized before the financial tsunami is reaching the US shores. And you absolutely must be internationalized before your US dollar assets will be replaced by central bank digital currency. So don't delay and have everything in place before this financial tsunami will hit you, your family, and your freedom. If you register right here and right now, you will get completely free access to the full workshop program. Don't miss out on all of that eye-opening, lifestyle-saving information. Don't delay, because it can be too late soon.